Hello everyone, this is FlatLine, and today I'm going to be doing a PvP, and this was played on the Korean server. It's going to be me, FlatLine, as the blue Protoss on Shakura's Plateau, and I'm going to be facing NEXPunchLine, and he's going to be the red Protoss. Now on this map, it's kind of a teching map. There's many people forget on this map, because it's kind of easily countered nowadays just because of the couple of nerfs that Blizzard's been doing. And you know, you could just go on from there, you know, just tech up whatever you want to. Plus you can also see the chrono boost on the Nexus and how he uses it, and from there you could kind of deduct on what the other player is doing. Since he is the same race as you, you can kind of know what he's doing anyways. So I'm gonna be doing the standard 13 gateway scout, 14 assimilator. He is doing the same as well, you see. And so yeah, so let's get this started. So on this map, it's pretty much tech heavy, since it's close air. You know, Phoenix play is pretty popular in the scene, but I'm trying to remember what I do on this map. This map, I believe I do, or this game, sorry. You know, actually this map's pretty good for cannon rush, because you can actually put 2 pylons here and then 2 pylons here. And it takes forever for all these probes. They have to go all the way from this side to here. And then like, if you put the 2 pylons here first, like all these probes have to go through here. So you want to put the pylons here, then here, if you want to do a cannon rush, per se. So once the cyber's done, I also got my second assimilator. Because I was looking at the chrono boost that he was using. It was on a cyber, and on the gateway it's pretty low, so I'm like, okay, you can't really be doing a 4 gate from here. So time for me to go. A good timing to know when you need to get out of the base is by the timing of yours. If he chrono boosts like you with your stalker or with this, I'm able to know when to get out. If my stalker is almost out, that means his is almost out, so I need to get out of there. So it's just a nice timing to know. Just gonna scout around the you know, typical areas near my base that he might put a proxy or something like that. Because you never know, some people like to do a very delayed 4 gate, but since this is on a Korean server, I highly doubt that. And it looks like he's gonna go robotics as well as me. I do get mine a little bit faster. I did get my gas a little bit faster than his, I believe. And I set up this pylon early in the game. One, I already need a pylon so I can not be supply blocked. And 2, it's just thinking in the future later of the games. The cool thing about Protoss is the warp-in mechanic, where just by 1 pylon or warp prism, you're able to warp in, you know, 4, even 10, even 20, depending on what you know, how many gateways you have. So the probe that put this pylon, usually I'm just scouting around with this. Now this is really interesting. He saw my probe by the watchtower, so he's looking for my probe. So really nice choice by him. I, on the other hand, am not going after that. I'm just gonna sit back, sit tight with my zealot, sentry, and stalker. I'm also sending out my first observer. His observer is coming out, but it looks like he's not gonna use it to scout. And I'm gonna be getting my immortal. Once my immortal comes out, I believe this is about the time when I'm gonna expand. Another good tell is by looking around. You can see, okay, he has the robo and 3 gateway, so he's going 3 gateway robo. Same thing with me, and he does kill my probe right there. So once I get my first immortal out and I see what he's doing, I'm gonna expand as well. I can know he's playing really passive. There's no way he's gonna be pushing up against me. To confirm that, I also saw the probe here. I saw his army. It's not that big, so I'm able to expand relatively fast and safe from what I'm scouting. Now I see this ripple. You can see that ripple right there. I do see that. So right after this immortal, I am making an observer, but his observer is gonna be out of the question. I'm not gonna be able to find it later on, I don't think. So he's expanding, and I also saw this really quick robotics. Okay, so because I see this, I'm going to decide to do get my robotics bay as well. But now Mine is a little bit later than his, correct? So I need to put on some kind of harass or some kind of way where I could gain that advantage back. And one of the cool ways you could do that in PvP, especially on this map, is mortal drops. Do some warp prism harass because he's not going to be able to. There's just so much air behind these bases that you can abuse, that you can retreat from. That's why phoenixes are really good on this map. Same thing with mutas, same thing with drops, all that kind of stuff. Anything that has to deal with the air, it's really good on this map. So you want to kind of use the map to its advantage. And so I'm going to decide to go with some warp prism harass. You can see I am starting the graviton, what is that called? Graviton drive. And it is 100 research, and I'm able to increase the warp prism. Now see, this is what I'm using. I'm using my observer to try to find the observer inside my base, and I can't really find it. I'm not sure where it is. Looks like he went back to his base. Yeah, he has only one. I like to have two though. So I'm looking around. I see where the robotics bay is. So I like, okay, I know where I'm gonna be attacking. I'm gonna get double robotics as well. And we go and stick it to Colossus basically. And you can see now he's starting his Colossus. He's getting that external thermal lance as well. He has one out. We still don't have any. So these 4 immortals. I like to have 4 immortals by the way with this drop, because see, this is all timed out perfectly. I'm gonna have 2 warp prisms. Once they come out, graviton drive is already done, and I will be starting external thermal lance as soon as possible. Whenever I get the money to afford that, as well as Colossus. So you get these 4 gases really fast, and it's kind of normal in the PvP standard point of view, because as a Protoss, the race is based upon the tech units more than the zealots, for instance. So you want to get as much gas as possible, even when it's like fluctuating like this, where it's like more gas than your minerals. That's completely fine in this situation. So does he actually see him? I think he's able to see. Is he able to see? He's not able to see. Wow. Okay, so see, that's how really good they are. And this is so smart by him. He's checking to see when I'm expanding, which is pretty nice. And here's the immortal drop. Look at this, 4 immortals, instantly killed it. He's able to cancel it though, so pretty nice by him. I was trying to kill this off, but I wasn't able to kill it off. I also back up and leave. And with warp prism speed, look at this. He's not able to come and kill my warp prisms. Now, people are wondering what happens if he has blink. Well, that's why you have 4 immortals. You're gonna just drop the immortals and just laugh, because immortals rip through stalkers. The only one that you're gonna have a problem with, of course, is Phoenix play, but that's where the observer came in. Is whenever I'm scouting, I'm looking to see what his tech route is and where his building placements are, where his army composition is. I mean, what is it and where is his army? Once I find that out, I'm able to know if where can I attack, where do I want to go after, and from there, you do whatever you want. Now, see, I got external thermal lance. I got my Colossus gonna be going up. Now he's remaking his robotics bay right now. He can't really produce anything from his robotics facility. I guess some mortals if he wants, which is fine by me. I'm not able to scout that somehow. Yeah, see, I wasn't able to see that. He is throwing up some proxy pylons. Looks like he's gonna be looking to go out and attack. It's 4 Colossus to 3, and I'm still making Colossus though. And he's going back into gear with his Colossus production as well. We are about the same amount of probes actually, 50 to 51 now. But I'm ahead. I'm going to be ahead in the Colossus production. I'm also getting my +1 and charge as well. Charge is really good. Blink has its moments, but when it hits like the super late game, you can't really afford the blink stalkers, and they're not going to be that good. I see that he has a proxy pylon, so I'm going to bring these 4 immortals with me, have my 2 warp prisms to go and attack and pressure whenever I can. And look at this, I'm going to separate my 2 warp prisms. You see these 2 hotkeys at 7 and 8, and then I got my units right here. And I just have so many Colossus right now. It's 5 Colossus against 5. Well, now it's 6. Yeah, and I'm playing in the defensive role. And it looks like he wants to engage into this. I'm not sure if that's the right thing. He does something pretty cool. He is going to be able to force field this. My units are, even though I have more units than him, look at this. I have to like move up so my zealots can actually get in there. And that's so smart by him. You know, people say, well, see, force fields are useless against whenever there's Colossus out on the field, but I beg to differ. That was pretty smart. I couldn't attack. I had to move all the way up to get in range. I had to get into this concave, which maximizes splash damage by his Colossus. And you can see we're trying to spread our Colossus out a little bit more. And he comes out pretty much ahead in that. He just did a better job. That force field right here pretty much cost me the game. Trying to, does he see this? No, he doesn't see my warp prism at all. I don't know why I have a warp prism here. I already have a pylon there. And I'm trying to warp in. I'm trying to rebuild my army right now. I lost quite a bit. 61. Yeah, see, I lost that battle pretty much. I'm gonna warp in a couple of zealots here. But mine are +1 and his is not. And he doesn't start his upgrades for a very long time. I'm already getting +2. You want to try to keep these alive as much as possible. And you can see, look at this. He has 3 bases. I have a pylon here, and then that can be used to deal with that. I have a warp prism here to deal with the natural, and then I have another one for his main. So it's overall like pretty awesome to be able to do this. Kind of harass. He's stuck in his base now. He's I was playing a really defensive role. I kill off his pylon. And now I'm trying to think when's a good time to be going to expand. I'm gonna get a DT shrine. DT warping in DTs is pretty nice. And it looks like he is gonna be adding pylons on the edge of his base, so he's able to see what's going on. And then beyond that, he's able to warp in at the same time. And he has a pretty good army size right now. It's 62 probes to 51 in favor of him. He's keeping up into probe production, so I'm a little bit behind right now. Warping 4 zealots here, but he instantly warps in because he has a cooldown. He's able to deal with that. He has 2 colossus here. I couldn't really warp in anywhere right there. And now these are free units, so this is looking pretty good in his hands. And it's gonna come down to these harassing. I have to pull off something. I have to do some damage somewhere. I am getting the upgrades though, which is gonna really help me. At the point where when I get +3, he's not gonna have +3, and so I could kind of pull off, do a lot of damage in that case. Where is my? Okay, so I still have my warp prisms there. Nice. Let's look at the Colossus count. It is 6 to 5 in favor of him, and we're still making Colossus. But +2 is almost done, and +1 just barely started for him. We are getting our bases. He got his a little bit earlier than mine. And I need to catch up in probes, obviously. Did I kill some? Where is my warp prism? Oh, here's my warp prism. So I'm looking around. Yeah, I'm spreading out my warp prism. He has this covered basically, so I need to find a spot where I can move into his base pretty early. Here's some pylons. He does a very nice cool reaction. Look at this. I forced all these warp-ins. Look at this. 5 warp-ins right here. That means, okay, that means you just don't have warp-ins here. Right? Most of the Protoss, they use all their warp-ins for a warp prism, basically. So that's the cost of him. I keep 1 DT. I should be actually killing these probes here. I'm not even sure what they're doing. That was pretty bad by me. I could have killed so many probes in that case, but I didn't. But with this, I mean, it's gonna force him to play a little bit more defensive. He has so many units though. It's 8 Colossus to 7, 161 to 197. But see, the thing I was investing is into the later game. I'm getting +3s halfway done, +1's almost done for him. And I'm playing in a defensive role right now, so even though I am like -3, and look at this, now I'm killing a couple of more probes here, but he's able to kill that off. 58 to 62. I'm also gonna kill off of this Templar Archives, or I'm gonna try to at least. And look at this, I'm trying to keep this alive. Look at this, I'm warping right here. I'm killing so many probes. This is the cool thing about this warp prism mechanic. You're able to kill off so many things and just pick up and leave. You know, whatever you keep, keep. It's gonna help you out later in the game. So I'm able to get the advantage in probes 58 to 51 now. So I'm trying to even this out a little bit more. In fact, it's in favor of me. If I kill off, and I kill off his Templar Archives. Once you kill off the Templar Archives, that kind of reduces his Archon count, right? He can't make that many charge lots, he can't make that many Archons. That charge Archon thing goes in hand when you get that High Templar, because High Templars are heavy on gas and cheap on minerals, and Zealots are nothing but minerals. So you can kind of invest all the gas into Archons and upgrades, and then the minerals into Zealots. Once you have this many Colossus, it is 12 to 10. Oops. And here is the engagement right now. You can see we are pretty much engaged. I was trying to spread out my Colossus a little bit more, but he has the overwhelming count right now, so I'm gonna back up right now. It's 142 to 130 though. So I think he killed my Warp Prism. Nope, looks like I'm gonna be using my Warp Prism again. I see his whole entire army over here, so might as well just use this to harass. I should have moved that out here and attacked. And it looks like he is getting some more Archons with this. 146 to 146, but I have my 4th up before him. I'm getting my fleet beacon because I want to get the mothership as soon as possible. And he has a Colossus out here, pretty weird in that case. And look at this, now he's playing more defensive. You can see I still have my Warp Prisms alive, and he has these pylon cannons here, so that's the main reason why I really haven't used my Warp Prism against that. I do see this probe, by the way. Oh, that was an overextension by me. He's gonna kill all my Zealots pretty fast. Yeah, this is not looking good for me. I'm gonna lose this Colossus. Yeah, see, I lost that Colossus. So it's 8 Colossus to 7. I'm able to keep these 2. Here we go, got my Archon right there to tank in the damage. The Zealots disrupt the AI of his. And look at that, I warped in right here. That's pretty smart by me. That's a pretty cool trick to do against Colossus, is try to warp in away from your army so the AI kind of messes up. If you warp in, you know, closer to the units of PunchLine, for instance, it's gonna target them first. Okay, so I still have my Warp Prisms. I'm getting +2 armor. I'm 3-1 right now, and he is 2-0. And you see how this upgrades? It's gonna be going in. Like, if I didn't have my upgrades, I probably would have been demolished. He's doing a really good job right now, keeping those alive. I'm gonna try to kill this off. Stay alive. Pylon, Warp Prism. Yeah, see, my Warp Prism is gonna stay alive. I think this one dies though, because I'm a little bit too busy on my side, just macroing up. I'm getting a mothership. Like I said in my other videos, mothership is a really strong unit to have in the in all matchups late game, including against Terran, including against Protoss. Just imagine all these Colossus, alright, and if I'm able to at least take away 2 of them, it's a huge difference in the battle scheme, right? So it's pretty smart to have a mothership with your army. Whenever you have 4 bases, you should start thinking about getting a mothership in PvP, in my opinion. 70 probes to 59. I'm also getting my 5th. I'm going to be adding more gateways. I'm able to get this. I'm also getting +3 armor. It's always good to get armor. And he's starting up his +3 right now. And it looks like he's doing a very risky thing. His army's going straight towards my 3rd now. See, this is pretty bad by him. My mothership is being built here prematurely. I should have built this probably at my natural or my main. But it looks like he's gonna go after this. And now, see, when his army's right here, he's overcommitting. This is overcommitment. That means when he moves his army here, what he's basically saying is, I could trade this entire army as long as I can kill this expansion, I'm fine. For him to actually go here and look at this nice thing by me, I warp him from the top, keep this unit sandwiched in, and now he's going to lose all of his units right here. 143 to 162, and I still have my Nexus. I did lose a couple of my probes, but it's 50 to 60. I still have my expansion here, I have this expansion here, and I have my entire army here. I still have all my Colossus count. He has none, right? He's gonna go for like a little base trade type of thing. Use these stalkers to try to bait me over, but I'm just gonna be able to warp in some DTs and charge lots. And that's pretty cool by the Dark Shrine whenever you're dealing with people like him that would just try to use small little units to kind of harass. If you warp in just a couple of DTs and some charge slots, for instance, you're able to hold it off pretty well. And you're gonna see me, I'm gonna be able to warp in right here. I'm getting +3 armor, getting my mothership back over here. I cancelled it, and I'm just trying to build it in my main because there's no point of me engaging. I'm gonna kill this off instantly so he can stop his Colossus production. And whenever you're dealing with this many Colossus, if you're not able to make any more Colossus, you better have like 2 or 3 Stargates making Void Rays, for instance, because you're going to be in really big trouble if you don't. If you're just going to stay on Archons and Charge Lots from here on. And there is the WW or GG per se for from Punchline. So it's a pretty good PvP to get from macro wise. And you get the basic fundamentals, and you can learn a little bit more about the map. I feel like every matchup, it depends on the map as well, on what kind of style you're doing. So yeah. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/flatlinesc2. Leave comments, thumbs up if you like this. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can always leave them in the chat box in the comment section. Sorry about this. It's pretty much a rush type of video. I just haven't done any videos besides the analysis one. So I thought that I would, make one for y'all anyways. So anyways, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you later.